Greetings, everyone. Dr. Anita Stewart McCafferty from Educational Leadership at USM with you once more. And it's my pleasure to walk you through Module 1. So week 1 of EDU 695, Instructional Coaching and Mentoring Teachers. So in this week, we're really going to work with our experiences with mentoring and instructional coaching and think about what makes for quality programs and practices. The guiding questions for this week are as follows. What have been our experiences with mentoring and coaching in our personal and professional lives, and how can these experiences inform our thinking around effective mentoring and instructional coaching? What does a high quality or effective induction program look like, and what are the desired outcomes? Do induction and mentoring programs work? If not, then we don't want to be wasting our time. If so, what are the characteristics of those programs that do work? How can schools and districts create and/or improve mentoring and instructional coaching programs with practices that support teacher retention, that support teacher development, and also support improved student learning? So those are three big outcomes that we're looking for: supporting teacher retention, supporting teacher development, and of course, supporting improved student learning. Our final guiding question: how can renewed approaches to mentoring and instructional coaching help new teachers, and also teachers just looking to improve? We have a couple of module objectives, 3 in fact, for this week. One is to describe one's experiences with mentoring and coaching and identify characteristics of effective mentors and instructional coaches. The second is to explain the key components of an effective induction program, including high quality mentoring and coaching. And the third is to apply high quality mentoring and instructional coaching practices to an existing program to determine its alignment and gaps. So as we delve into Module 1, you're going to have the opportunity to begin reading both of our common reads. So I'm asking for this week that you read the preface, the introduction, and part 1 of this book, Mentoring in Action, Guiding, Sharing, and Reflecting with Novice Teachers. And there are some accompanying videos that you will watch that will help to supplement the reading that you do from Mentoring in Action. In addition, you will read the preface in chapter 1 from the impact cycle and watch the accompanying videos that correspond for this week with regards to this. There are a couple of additional articles that you will be reading that will help to establish the notion of quality mentoring and induction programs and quality instructional coaching. So that will help to set a framework for us as we're moving forward. During this week, you'll be invited to respond to some mentoring prompts yourself on the discussion board, where you're asked to consider your own personal experiences with coaching in your personal and professional lives and think about the characteristics of those effective mentors or coaches and that created experiences, learning experiences that really worked for you. And then what I'm going to ask for you to do as we practice some symbolic representation, some metaphoric thinking, is for you to choose an object or symbol, and there are a number of them that you'll find located in an image file on the discussion board, and choose an object or a symbol that represents the characteristics of this effective mentor or coach, and then describe the significance of the objects as they relate to your mentor or coach. Another discussion prompt, the second discussion prompt for this module, asks for you to find current examples of induction or mentoring materials from your particular school or district. If you don't happen to be working in a school or district right now, I encourage you to look online for an example. So it could be things like a handbook, training resources, guidelines that are used, professional development opportunities for mentors or coaches, criteria, expectations, any of that. So we're really looking to be able to see what examples already exist, and you'll upload those onto the discussion board, and then of course have an opportunity to view what other colleagues in the course find. Then I'd like for you to think about the materials that you uploaded from your school district or program, and think about how do they align to the high quality mentoring and instructional coaching practices from the New Teacher Center. So that's one of the resources that you're going to be looking at this week. And so you're going to be able to take a look at the handbook or materials that you uploaded and say, what's present from the New Teacher Center recommendations and guidelines, and what seems to be missing. In this week's assignment, it will focus on you being able to interview at least 3 other colleagues or educators around their experiences with mentoring and coaching, and submitting your notes for that. And then the second learning activity is for you to compose and submit a written response, or a brief one, a 1 to 2 pager, around the following prompts. So after you read this week's materials, what are your recommendations for how leaders can best structure mentoring and coaching in our schools in order to support the 3 things that we talked about: teacher retention, teacher development, and improve student learning? And the third learning activity is one that you're not going to hand in, but I just encourage you to start a mentoring in action planning guide and journal. And I've attached it to the assignment board for you. So this planning guide journal is designed just to help you reflect and process as you read the Mentoring in Action book. So I encourage you to continue to consider the prompts and scenarios as you move through the book. And I'm encouraging you for this week to reflect upon and journal as appropriate for you the prompts related to the preface, the introduction, and part 1. Again, it's not something that you need to hand in to me, but what we know is that the more that we reflect on action, the better we are able to reflect in action and to help others be able to become reflective practitioners. So I'm looking forward to seeing what you find for the discussion prompts in terms of the different plans and programs that already exist. I look forward to hearing about your experiences and those of your colleagues with mentoring and coaching. I hope you have a wonderful week of learning. Enjoy.